There's a subtle, almost imperceptible current that pulls most lives into the comfortable eddy of mediocrity. It's not the roaring rapids of outright failure, nor the jagged rocks of overt sabotage, but a gentle, pervasive drift. It's the current of passive living, of reactive existence, where days bleed into weeks and weeks into years, marked by a pervasive sense of busyness without progress. We fill our calendars, check off tasks, and expend immense energy, yet at the end of it all, that nagging whisper persists: am I truly moving forward? Am I truly building something meaningful, or merely treading water? The truth, stark and undeniable, is that mere activity is not synonymous with achievement. Motion in itself is not progress. The world is teeming with individuals who are constantly in motion, perpetually busy, yet their efforts, scattered and unfocused, rarely coalesce into the tangible results they crave. They are like a ship with its engines running full throttle, but without a rudder, endlessly circling the same stretch of ocean. Their efforts count, yes, but they do not compound. They do not build upon each other with the deliberate precision required to carve a destiny. What separates the true architects of their lives, the titans, the visionaries, the relentless achievers from the vast majority who remain adrift? It is not merely greater talent or more favorable circumstances, though these may play a part. It is the profound, almost sacred understanding of intentional action. It is the unwavering commitment to making every single effort count, to imbue every step, every decision, every hour with a precise purpose, a calculated direction, an unbreakable link to their ultimate vision. This isn't about working harder for the sake of it. It's about working smarter, with purpose, with conviction. It's about channeling your finite energy, your precious time, and your formidable mental resources into a coherent, strategic assault on your grandest ambitions. It's about recognizing that every moment you dedicate to your purpose is an investment, a brick laid in the foundation of your future empire. And every moment squandered in aimless activity is a missed opportunity, a structural weakness in the edifice of your dreams. This journey begins, as all profound transformations do, with a radical reorientation of your mindset. For too long, you may have operated from a default setting of reactivity, allowing external stimuli, immediate demands, or even fleeting impulses to dictate your actions. Your mindset must shift from one of response to one of deliberate creation. You must become the conscious commander of your time and energy, not merely a passenger in your own life. Think of the precision of a master craftsman. They don't pick up their tools aimlessly. Every cut, every stroke, every application of pressure is intentional, guided by a clear blueprint and a deep understanding of their material. They see the finished product in their mind before they even begin, and every action is a deliberate step towards bringing that vision into reality. Their mindset is one of calculated execution, not random exertion. The average individual approaches their day, their projects, even their relationships with a diffuse energy. They tackle tasks as they appear, respond to emails as they arrive, and fill their time with whatever demands immediate attention, often mistaking busyness for productivity. Their mind is a crowded, reactive battlefield, constantly shifting focus, constantly dispersing its formidable power. To truly make every effort count, you must cultivate a mindset of ruthless prioritization and unwavering focus. This means consciously deciding before you begin what truly matters. It means identifying the 20% of activities that will yield 80% of your desired results. It means having the courage to say no to distractions, to low-value tasks, and to anything that does not directly serve your highest purpose. This isn't about being selfish, it's about being strategic. It's about honoring your limited resources by directing them with surgical precision. Consider the focused intensity of a military general planning a decisive campaign. Every troop movement, every logistical detail, every strategic maneuver is intentional, designed to achieve a specific objective within a larger mission. There is no wasted motion, no aimless wandering. Their mindset is one of absolute clarity of purpose, ensuring that every effort, every resource is marshaled towards a singular, powerful outcome. Your daily life, your pursuit of your apex, must be approached with this same strategic intent. This fundamental mindset shift from reactive to intentional lays the groundwork for the potent force of belief. The very bedrock upon which intentional action is built is the unshakable force of belief. What do you truly, unequivocally believe about the power of your efforts, the inevitability of your success, and your inherent capacity to create the future you envision? For many, belief is a fragile, wavering thing, easily eroded by setbacks, external criticism, or the sheer magnitude of their aspirations. They might hope their efforts count, but they don't believe it with the fiery conviction necessary to drive consistent, purposeful action. But what if your belief in the power of your intentional actions was so profound, so deeply ingrained, that it became an operating system, guiding every decision, fueling every moment of effort? What if you truly believed that every meticulously planned step, every focused hour, every disciplined choice was a tangible deposit in the bank of your future success, guaranteed to yield a return? Consider the story of Abraham Lincoln, a man whose life was a testament to the power of unyielding belief in the face of relentless adversity. He faced numerous business failures, political defeats, and personal tragedies. Yet, through it all, he maintained an unwavering belief in his ultimate purpose, in the enduring strength of the Union, and in his capacity to lead. His actions, often met with resistance and skepticism, were intentional, driven by a deep conviction that every effort, every decision, however difficult, was contributing to a greater good, building towards a destined outcome. He didn't merely try, he believed in the efficacy of his consistent, intentional efforts. Your belief must be of this kind. It must be a stubborn, relentless knowing that when you direct your energy with intention, when you align your actions with your highest purpose, the universe conspires to meet you. This isn't about magical thinking. It's about the psychological power of self-efficacy and the law of attraction in its most practical sense. When you truly believe your efforts count, you approach them with greater focus, greater diligence, and greater emotional investment. This heightened quality of effort naturally yields more potent results. This belief isn't cultivated through wishful thinking alone. It's built through repeated acts of courage, through taking intentional action, and then meticulously observing the positive feedback loops, no matter how small. Each time you set an intention, take a deliberate step and see a tangible result of it. If it's just a small increment of progress, you reinforce the neural pathways of self-belief. You prove to yourself over and over again that your intentional actions create impact. This deep-seated conviction transforms your approach to every task, ensuring that your efforts are not just done, but done with power, directly leading to greater clarity. Clarity, when infused with the power of intentional action, transforms vague aspirations into precise blueprints for achievement. Many individuals exist in a fog of ambiguity, knowing they want more or better, but lacking the sharp, undeniable definition of what that more or better truly entails. Their efforts, therefore, become diffused, lacking the laser focus required to cut through the noise and create tangible results. They expend energy, but without a clear target, that energy often dissipates harmlessly into the ether. But what if your intentional actions were guided by a crystalline clarity, a vivid mental image of your desired outcome, so precise that every single effort could be directly mapped back to it? What if you could articulate, with unwavering certainty, not just what you want to achieve, but why it matters, how it will feel, and the exact measurable steps required to bring it into being? Consider the architectural marvel of a skyscraper. It doesn't begin with a vague idea of a tall building. It begins with meticulous blueprints, precise calculations, and an absolute clarity of vision down to the smallest detail. Every beam, every rivet, every component is placed with intentional action, guided by that singular, clear blueprint. The builders don't just try hard, they execute with precision, knowing exactly what each effort contributes to the towering structure. Your journey to your apex requires this same level of architectural clarity. Before you take action, you must define with painstaking detail your objective. What is the specific result you intend to produce? What does success look like, feel like, sound like? When will it be achieved? What are the quantifiable metrics? This isn't just an intellectual exercise, it's an act of creation. The more precisely you define your target, the more accurately your intentional actions can hit it. This clarity extends beyond the grand vision to the daily grind. Before you begin your day, your week, or even a single task, ask yourself, what is the specific intentional outcome I wish to achieve with this block of time, with this effort? How does this action directly contribute to my larger goals? Without this moment of pre-action clarity, even the most diligent effort can be wasted motion. You might be busy, but are you truly productive? Are you building towards something specific, or merely maintaining a state of activity? Cultivating this clarity is a daily discipline. It means taking the time to plan, to visualize, to articulate your intentions before you expend your energy. It means eliminating distractions that cloud your focus. It means having the courage to discard actions that, upon reflection, do not directly serve your clearly defined objectives. When your intentional actions are illuminated by crystal clear clarity, your efforts are no longer scattered shots in the dark. They become precision strikes, each one propelling you closer to your grand vision. Your vision is the grand tapestry of your future, woven from your deepest desires and highest aspirations. But without intentional action, this vision remains a mere daydream, a beautiful but unreachable fantasy. It is through the deliberate, focused application of effort that your mental blueprint begins to solidify into tangible reality. For many, their vision is amorphous, lacking the defined edges necessary for precise execution. Their actions, therefore, become a series of aimless meanderings, never truly impacting the grand design. But what if every single intentional action you took, no matter how small, was a brushstroke on the canvas of your magnificent vision, bringing it to life with vibrant detail? What if you understood that your daily efforts weren't just isolated tasks, but direct contributions to the grand edifice you are meticulously building in your mind? Consider the monumental effort involved in launching a rocket into space. The vision is clear: to reach the stars. But that vision is broken down into countless intentional actions. Every bolt tightened, every circuit checked, every fuel line filled, every calculation verified. Each is a precise, deliberate effort directly linked to the ultimate goal. There is no wasted motion, no aimless activity, because every action serves the singular, audacious vision of escaping Earth's gravity. Your vision, no matter how grand, must be broken down into manageable, actionable components. This is where intentional action bridges the gap between aspiration and manifestation. It's not enough to simply have a vision. You must actively build towards it, one deliberate brick at a time. This means constantly asking, what is the very next intentional action I can take right now that will move my vision forward? What specific effort, applied with precision, will bring me closer to that desired future? This level of intentionality transforms your daily grind from mundane tasks into meaningful contributions. You stop simply doing work and start building a vision. Every email sent, every call made, every line of code written, every word penned, every conversation engaged. And if infused with intention and aligned with your clear vision, becomes a powerful step toward your desired reality. This disciplined approach eliminates the passive consumption of time and replaces it with active, conscious creation. A powerful vision, combined with intentional action, creates an irresistible momentum. As you see your efforts tangibly manifest aspects of your vision, your belief strengthens, your clarity deepens, and your motivation soars. You are no longer merely hoping for a future. You are actively, deliberately, and powerfully creating it. This conscious sculpting of your reality through intentional effort naturally leads to the profound discovery and execution of your purpose. Purpose is the animating force, the fundamental why that gives profound meaning to your intentional actions. Without a clearly defined purpose, even the most diligent effort can feel hollow, a series of tasks performed without true conviction. The average individual often engages in actions driven by external pressures, fleeting desires, or a vague sense of obligation. But these efforts lack the profound resonance that comes from alignment with a higher calling. Their actions may be efficient, but they are not necessarily impactful in a deeply meaningful way. But what if every intentional action you took was a direct expression of your deepest purpose, a tangible step towards fulfilling the unique contribution you are here to make in the world? What if your work ceased to be mere labor and transformed into a sacred mission, where every effort, no matter how small, resonated with the profound significance of your calling? Consider the life of a dedicated physician whose purpose is to heal and alleviate suffering. Every intentional action, from studying complex medical texts to performing intricate surgery, from comforting a frightened patient to advocating for public health initiatives, is a direct manifestation of that core purpose. They don't just do their job, they live their purpose through intentional action, imbuing every effort with profound meaning and impact. Their work is not merely a means to an end, it is the very embodiment of their reason for being. Discovering your purpose is often a process of deep introspection, but truly living that purpose is a continuous act of intentional action. Once you identify your fundamental why, every decision, every prioritization, every expenditure of your energy must be filtered through the lens of that purpose. Ask yourself, does this intentional action directly serve my purpose? Will this effort move me closer to making the unique contribution I am meant to make? Is this the highest and best use of my time and talents, given my ultimate why? When your intentional actions are consciously aligned with your purpose, your work becomes effortless in its flow, even when it demands immense effort. You tap into a reservoir of boundless energy because you are operating in complete congruence with your deepest values. This alignment creates a resonance that attracts the right people, the necessary resources, and the opportune circumstances to support your mission. Your efforts are no longer just counting. They are compounding with exponential power, fueled by the profound meaning they carry. This powerful confluence of intentional action and purpose demands an unwavering commitment to discipline. Discipline is not the stifling of spontaneity. It is the strategic channeling of your energy, the unwavering commitment to purposeful action, even when motivation wanes or distractions beckon. For the average individual, discipline is often seen as a rigid, joyless imposition, a struggle against their natural inclinations. They might embark on ambitious goals with initial enthusiasm, but when the novelty fades, or when immediate gratification presents itself, their discipline crumbles, and their intentional actions become sporadic and inconsistent. Their efforts, though well-intended, fail to compound due to this lack of sustained focus. But what if your discipline was an unbreakable pact with your future self, an unwavering commitment to making every effort count, guided by your profound clarity and purpose? What if you understood that true freedom is not the absence of structure, but the liberation that comes from consistent, intentional action directed toward your highest aspirations? Think of the rigorous discipline of an elite athlete training for the Olympics. Their daily routines are not arbitrary. Every workout, every meal, every hour of rest is an intentional action, meticulously planned and executed to optimize their performance. They don't just feel like training. They show up consistently, relentlessly, because their discipline is fueled by an unshakable vision and a burning purpose. Their efforts compound day after day through the disciplined application of intentional action, forging a body and mind capable of peak performance. Your journey to the apex demands this same level of unwavering discipline. It means creating non-negotiable habits that serve your intentional actions. It means showing up for your goals, even on days when inspiration is absent, knowing that consistency is the bedrock of compounding effort. It means mastering the art of delayed gratification, choosing the long-term gain of meaningful progress over the fleeting pleasure of immediate comfort or distraction. This discipline is not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about consciously choosing to direct your energy towards your highest priorities, even when easier alternatives present themselves. It's about understanding that every small intentional action consistently applied through disciplined effort creates an unstoppable momentum. Without this discipline, your clarity remains a theoretical ideal, your vision a distant dream, and your purpose a silent whisper. With it, your intentional actions become a powerful, unwavering force, building momentum towards the inevitable triumph of your will. This relentless application of discipline culminates in tangible results. Results are the undeniable, quantifiable manifestation of intentional action, the tangible proof that your efforts count, that your vision is solidifying, and that your purpose is being fulfilled. For many, results feel elusive, a matter of luck or circumstance, something that might or might not materialize despite their efforts. They expend energy, but without a clear connection between their intentional actions and desired outcomes, they often remain stuck in a perpetual cycle of effort without meaningful reward. But what if every single intentional action you took was a direct cause, leading inevitably to a specific desired effect? What if you understood that results are not random, but the natural consequence of focused, consistent, and purposefully directed effort? Consider the meticulous process of a skilled engineer designing a bridge. Every calculation, every material selection, every structural decision is an intentional action precisely designed to produce a specific, predictable result. A bridge that stands strong, safely connecting 2 points. They don't simply hope the bridge holds. They design and build it with unwavering intentionality, understanding that the integrity of the structure is a direct reflection of the precision of their efforts. Your journey to the apex demands that you become a results-oriented individual, not just an activity-oriented one. This means constantly asking, what specific results am I seeking with this intentional action? How will I measure its effectiveness? Is this effort the most efficient path to the desired outcome? This focus on results transforms your efforts from mere tasks into strategic maneuvers, each one designed to achieve a measurable impact. When you consistently align your intentional actions with desired results, you create a powerful feedback loop. Positive results reinforce your effective strategies, encouraging you to replicate and scale them. Less than ideal results, what others might call failures, become invaluable feedback, prompting you to analyze your approach, adjust your methods, and refine your intentional actions for the next attempt. This iterative process, driven by a relentless pursuit of tangible outcomes, ensures that your efforts are not just productive, but perpetually optimized for maximum impact. This isn't about chasing external validation. It's about the deep satisfaction that comes from seeing your intentional efforts manifest in the real world. It's about the undeniable proof that your focus, your discipline, and your purposeful action are indeed making every moment count. When results become the undeniable metric of your intentionality, your motivation soars, your belief solidifies, and your journey accelerates, naturally cultivating a profound sense of gratitude. Gratitude, when deeply felt for the process of intentional action and its tangible results, becomes a powerful amplifier, fueling further effort and deepening your commitment to your purpose. The average individual often struggles to feel gratitude until the grand destination is reached or until monumental success is achieved. They overlook the daily victories, the subtle progress, the inherent value of their consistent efforts, and thus miss out on a constant source of inspiration and renewal. But what if your heart overflowed with gratitude for every intentional action you took, for every effort you made, for every small result you manifested on your path? What if you recognize the immense privilege of being able to consciously shape your destiny through deliberate, purposeful effort? Consider the artist who finds joy not just in the finished masterpiece, but in every brushstroke, every color mixed, every line drawn with intentionality. That gratitude extends to the process itself, to the act of creation, to the opportunity to bring beauty into the world through their dedicated efforts. This deep appreciation for the journey fuels their passion and sustains their creative flow. Your journey to the apex, driven by intentional action, offers countless opportunities for profound gratitude. Be grateful for the clarity you've gained, for the vision that guides you, for the purpose that animates your efforts. Be grateful for the discipline that enables you to show up consistently, and for the results, no matter how small, that confirm your efforts are indeed counting. This gratitude is not passive. It is an active force that reinforces your positive actions. When you appreciate the progress you make, no matter how incremental, you are more likely to stay committed, more likely to push through challenges, and more likely to continue investing your energy with purpose. Cultivating this daily gratitude for your intentional actions transforms the arduous climb into a fulfilling adventure. It shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is being built, from what remains to be done to what has already been achieved. This mindset of appreciation creates a powerful, energetic resonance, attracting more opportunities, more resources, and more positive outcomes to your path. Your intentional actions become infused with joy and meaning, ensuring that your journey to the apex is not just successful, but deeply fulfilling, requiring an unwavering spirit of adaptability. Adaptability, far from being a weakness of wavering commitment, is the intelligent refinement of intentional action, ensuring that your efforts remain potent and relevant in a dynamic world. The average individual often clings rigidly to initial plans, seeing any deviation as a failure of their original intention. They resist changing course, even when presented with new information or shifting circumstances, leading to wasted effort and missed opportunities. Their actions become stubbornly repetitive even when they cease to be effective. But what if your intentional actions were imbued with a profound flexibility, a nimble responsiveness to the ever-changing landscape, allowing you to continually optimize your efforts for maximum impact? What if you understood that true intentionality means not just sticking to a plan, but intelligently adjusting it based on the feedback the world provides? Consider a seasoned navigator charting a course across a vast ocean. Their ultimate intention is clear: reach the destination port. But they don't blindly follow a predetermined line. They constantly observe the winds, the currents, the weather patterns, and the unexpected obstacles. Every adjustment of the sails, every slight alteration, of course, is an intentional action designed to keep them on the most efficient and effective path to their destination. Their adaptability ensures their efforts are always counting, always moving them forward, regardless of unforeseen conditions. Your journey to the apex demands this same level of fluid intentionality. The world is not static. Markets shift, technologies evolve, new challenges emerge, and unforeseen opportunities arise. Your initial intentional actions, based on your current understanding, are your best first steps. But you must remain acutely attuned to the feedback your actions generate and the changes in your environment. This means being willing to recalibrate your approach, to pivot your strategy, or even to completely redesign your methods without abandoning your core vision or purpose. This intentional adaptability ensures that your efforts are never wasted. When an action doesn't yield a desired result, you don't interpret it as a failure of your intention, but as valuable feedback that informs your next, more refined intentional action. It's about optimizing your efforts, not abandoning them. It's about being responsive without being reactive, making deliberate adjustments that propel you forward with greater precision and effectiveness. This seamless integration of adaptability with intentional action fortifies your resilience. Resilience is not merely the capacity to endure setbacks. It is the unwavering commitment to purposeful, intentional action in the face of adversity, extracting lessons from every fall and using them to fuel your next, more powerful ascent. The average individual is often derailed by challenges, allowing a single failure to erode their resolve, to extinguish their motivation, and to ultimately halt their intentional efforts. They interpret obstacles as definitive roadblocks rather than opportunities for growth. But what if your resilience was an indomitable force, an unbreakable pact with your purpose, enabling you to continue taking intentional action even when the path is shrouded in doubt and the odds seem stacked against you? What if every setback, every disappointment, every perceived failure only served to clarify your intention, sharpen your focus, and strengthen your resolve to act with even greater purpose? Consider the unwavering resilience of Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War. He faced unimaginable pressure, constant criticism, devastating losses on the battlefield, and profound personal tragedy. Yet, his intentional actions, from issuing the Emancipation Proclamation to delivering the Gettysburg Address, were never abandoned. Each setback, each moment of despair, was met with a deeper commitment to his purpose, an unyielding resolve to find a new path forward, to learn from the errors, and to continue taking deliberate steps towards preserving the Union. His resilience was a testament to the power of intentional action, persistently applied despite the most brutal trials. Your journey to the apex will undoubtedly test your resilience. There will be moments when your intentional actions don't yield the desired results, when doors slam shut, when resources seem to vanish, and when your own energy wanes. In these moments, your profound understanding of intentional action becomes your anchor. You refuse to let external circumstances dictate your internal drive. You choose to analyze the setback, extract the lessons, and then, with renewed purpose, formulate your next intentional action. This isn't about mindless persistence. It's about intelligent, purpose-driven resilience. It's about the intentional act of picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and strategically determining the most impactful next step. Every time you face adversity and consciously choose to act with renewed intention, you are forging the steel of your own unyielding resilience. You are proving to yourself that your commitment to making every effort count transcends any external challenge. This relentless, intentional forward momentum, refined by resilience, naturally leads to profound learning. Learning, in its truest and most powerful form, is the continuous cycle of intentional action, keen observation, and intelligent integration of insights drawn from every experience. The average individual often views learning as a formal, time-bound activity, detached from the continuous flow of their life. They accumulate information, but often fail to apply it intentionally or to learn from the real-world feedback generated by their actions. But what if every intentional action you took, whether it yielded immediate success or a temporary setback, was viewed as a deliberate experiment, a source of invaluable data designed to expand your knowledge and refine your approach? What if you cultivated an insatiable hunger to learn from every single effort, transforming your entire life into a dynamic classroom? Consider the relentless learning curve of a startup founder. Their initial product launch is an intentional action based on a hypothesis. The market's reaction, whether positive or negative, is immediate feedback. They don't just react to this feedback, they learn from it. They conduct interviews, analyze data, and intentionally adjust their product, their marketing, and their business model based on the lessons learned. This iterative process of intentional action and rapid learning is what allows them to innovate, pivot, and ultimately build a successful enterprise. Your journey to the apex is a continuous process of becoming. Every intentional action you take generates feedback, direct information about what works, what doesn't, what needs refinement, and where new opportunities lie. To truly make every effort count, you must cultivate an unwavering commitment to learning from this feedback. This means pre-action learning, intentionally researching, planning, and strategizing before you act, leveraging existing knowledge. In-action learning, remaining present and observant as you act, noticing subtle cues and unexpected developments. Post-action learning, critically reflecting on the results of your intentional actions, analyzing what went well, what could be improved, and what new insights emerged. This relentless commitment to learning transforms your intentional actions from mere effort into intelligent, adaptive progress. You stop making the same mistakes repeatedly, and instead each effort becomes a smarter, more targeted step towards your goals. You become a master strategist of your own life, perpetually refining your approach, honing your skills, and expanding your capabilities, ensuring that your climb is not just forward, but consistently upward. And this profound, continuous learning ultimately paves the way for your extraordinary legacy. Legacy is not merely what you leave behind, but the profound, lasting impact you create through a lifetime of intentional action, guided by unwavering purpose and relentless learning. For the average individual, the concept of legacy might seem distant, reserved for historical figures, or simply a vague hope for future remembrance. Their efforts, while often sincere, lack the deep alignment and compounding power necessary to leave an indelible mark on the world. But what if every single intentional action you took from this moment forward was viewed as a brushstroke on the canvas of your enduring legacy, contributing to a masterpiece that transcends your individual existence? What if you understood that your purpose-driven efforts, consistently applied and intelligently refined through learning, are actively shaping the future, inspiring others, and creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own lifetime? Consider the immense legacy of figures like Andrew Carnegie. He built an industrial empire through relentless, intentional action, driven by a clear vision and an unyielding purpose. But his true legacy was not just his wealth. It was his profound philanthropic work, his intentional actions to build libraries, establish universities, and promote peace. His efforts in later life were deliberately focused on creating a lasting impact, ensuring his wealth served humanity long after he was gone. His legacy was a conscious construction, built brick by intentional brick. Your journey to the apex is not just about personal achievement. It's about the unique imprint you are destined to leave on the world. This legacy is not built in grand, isolated gestures, but through the consistent, intentional application of your unique gifts, talents, and insights. It is built through every problem you solve, every person you inspire, every piece of value you create, every seed of positive change you plant through your deliberate efforts. This means living with an acute awareness of the long game. It means asking, how does this intentional action contribute not just to my immediate goals, but to the larger story I wish to tell with my life? How will this effort resonate, impact, or inspire beyond my immediate sphere? When you infuse your intentional actions with this powerful awareness of legacy, your efforts take on an exponential significance. They become more than just tasks. They become acts of creation, acts of service, acts of profound influence. The power of intentional action is not a theoretical concept. It is the fundamental engine of human progress, the secret language spoken by those who defy the ordinary and sculpt their own magnificent destinies. It is the conscious choice to be a creator, not merely a consumer, a force of nature, not merely a leaf in the wind. So rise. Embrace the profound responsibility and exhilarating freedom of intentional action. No more aimless drifting, no more scattered efforts, no more mistaking busyness for progress. Define your purpose with fiery clarity. Envision your future with vivid detail. Then, with unwavering belief, apply your energy, your talent, and your time with surgical precision. Make every single effort count. Every thought, every word, every deed. Let them all be intentional, powerful, and aligned with the magnificent trajectory you are destined to carve. The world awaits the indelible mark of your intentionality. Go forth and build your extraordinary legacy, one deliberate, purposeful action at a time. The power is not outside you. It resides within, waiting for you to wield it with unwavering intent.